Good afternoon, Sandeep. Good afternoon, Rishabh. I hope audible. Good evening. Sandeep, I waiting waiting for us to start. If you can just get started.
Sandhya, can you hear me? Sandhya?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Sandhya, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible, loud and clear.
So I think I'm joined by Ayush Gijwani and Rishabh Jain.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. So good afternoon to dear students and parents. On behalf of Mr. Praveen Tyagi, BTech from IIT Delhi, fondly called Tyagi sir by most of his students, being one of the most wonderful teachers of physics, and his team of more than 450 IITians and doctors, I am Sandeep Singhal. I invite you for this wonderful Sunday session. This is a regular practice we do. Every Sunday, we connect to parents and students. So thank you very much कि आपने समय निकाला और आप वेबिनार में मेरे साथ आए. So what is this webinar all about? बात क्या होगी आज? Let's decide the agenda first. तो of course, बोर्ड एग्जाम्स का रिजल्ट आने वाला है, कहीं आ गया, अब क्या करना है? स्टूडेंट्स जो क्लास 8, 9, 10th में है, उनको लगता है कि सर अभी आईआईटी और मेडिकल एंट्रेंस एग्जाम या जो कोर्सेज इंपॉर्टेंट है मेरे फ्यूचर के लिए वो तो 11th 12th में आते हैं सर, तो हम 8, 9, 10th में क्या करना चाहिए? सो मैंने बीटेक आईआईटी रुड़की से किया और करीब आज 25 साल हो गए. आई एम टीचिंग फिजिक्स. आई एम द हेड ऑफ द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फिजिक्स एट पेस आईआईटी इन दिल्ली. तो कुछ बातें फिजिक्स की भी करें, कुछ पढ़ने के तरीकों पर भी बातें करें, लेकिन द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन व्हिच एवरीबॉडी, आई मीन every parent and every student wants to ask is, what does it take to become successful in life? Now success का measure अलग है, success हर एक के लिए अलग तरीके से, but eventually broader way में अगर आप देखें, so everybody wants to be successful. And the first question is, what does it make, or what does it take basically to become successful in life? So if we can start the chat option, so I would want to know from my audience if they can respond and tell us, what do you think is required for a man or any person to become successful in life? So before you answer, I wanted to give you some time, but think about it, and if you can put it on the chat option, will be great. So the most important thing is that if you want to become successful in life, you have to make right choices. जिंदगी आपको दो हाथों में लड्डू देती है. एक हाथ में रिजल्ट और एक हाथ में रीजन। तो जब रिजल्ट होता है तो हमको रीजंस नहीं चाहिए होते। सो इफ यू आस्क समबडी, बेटा ये बताओ कि तुम्हारा आईआईटी में टॉप रैंक पे सिलेक्शन कैसे हुआ, तो कोई वो रीजन ही नहीं बताएगा। वो कहेगा सर हो गया सर, बड़ा नेचुरल था, हो गया, पढ़ाई करी, मेहनत करी, गाइडेंस मिली, हो गया। और अगर आप किसी इंसान से पूछेंगे, जब उसकी फेलियर के बारे में पूछेंगे कि फेलियर क्यों हुआ, तो आपको 1000 रीजन, 1000 में से 10, 50, 100 लॉजिकल रीजन भी होंगे। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट द रीजंस आर इलॉजिकल, बट देयर आर रीजंस एंड देयर आर रिजल्ट्स। नाउ वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड हम हमारी चॉइस क्या है। जब हम सिलेक्ट करेंगे, जिस लड्डू को हम सिलेक्ट करेंगे वो किस हाथ का लड्डू होगा, रिजल्ट्स या रीजंस। सो ऑफ कोर्स वी ऑल वांट रिजल्ट्स इन लाइफ। ये तो कुछ पूछने वाला, दिस इज नॉट एनी क्वेश्चन, तो इट गोज विदाउट सेइंग that we all need results. We all look for results. Now, to get results in life, you make right choices. But the way you made a choice. So this webinar was open to many more students, but this is you, the parents, आप लोग थे जिन्होंने डिसाइड किया, आपने एक चॉइस ली कि मैं अपनी लाइफ के बारे में अगर मुझे कोई बताना चाहता है और वो मेरे काम की चीज है, तो मैं क्यों ना सुनूं, बजाय इस वक्त में कुछ और काम करूं। Let me focus that between 3 and 4 I will put my energies to understand what this webinar is for me. तो आपने चूज किया रिजल्ट्स, आपने मांगी ली राइट चॉइस। अब राइट चॉइस देने के बाद क्या होता है, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, नाउ इफ आई वर टू टॉक अबाउट पेस, तो मुझे बड़ी खुशी होती है इस बात को आपको बताते हुए कि पेस ने अपने 25 साल पूरे कर, 25 years, 100 साल का 1/4 हिस्सा पेस कंप्लीट कर चुका है। और ये इसीलिए पॉसिबल हुआ, ये इसीलिए संभव हुआ क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र के पेरेंट्स, स्टूडेंट्स, उन सब ने दिल से स्वागत किया। उन्होंने प्रवीण जी की इस एफर्ट को सराहा और आज हम महाराष्ट्र की नहीं, वी आर नंबर 1 brand, and I'm very happy that I can see Mr. Praveen Tyagi joining us. Tyagi sir, welcome to the webinar. The students and the parents really want to listen to you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to the webinar that we conduct every Sunday, me and Sandeep. And we understand, being in education for such a long time, we understand that students and parents have questions, they have confusions, they need some guidance, which we have earned, we have learned in past 20-24 years of our existence. We have been students in IIT, we have been teachers of IIT, and I'm sure that whatever we have learned will help you a little bit for sure in your career, in your journey from here on. So let me begin the story not from me but you people today. So when a child reaches 6th, 7th, earlier it used to be 10th. So parents used to start thinking about and asking the child what you want to do in life, and even the school system in India wants the child to take a decision after 10th to go for science or which stream the child wants to go for. And if he wants to be a doctor or an engineer, the child has to accordingly choose his subjects in school. Now, with increasing competition, that choice is made a little earlier, and in junior classes itself, the children have to make up their mind, decide their choices, and ensure that they start moving on that path, the path that they choose for themselves. So I'm sure people who are attending this webinar today are somewhere there, and I feel that it's my duty to communicate and guide such students, because our expertise lies in specifically this domain. So a lot of questions, a lot of confusions are there. Which will be the best board when it comes to preparing for competitive exams? This is a very big question. And I'm just going to throw 3-4 questions which will make you understand that these people understand your needs. Which school or college should we join or prefer to join, which will ensure that our competitive exam preparation is also good and taken care of. Third is, how many hours do I remember my own school days. I used to go to the library and wait for a magazine which used to publish an interview of a top ranker, and just to know which books to study from, which all the standard questions. How many hours did you study? So I have been doing seminars for last 24 years and have heard those questions invariably in every seminar. So how many hours for a top ranker, how many hours one has to study to get into IIT? What all do you need? Does my child have the capacity to be successful in IIT? Will he be able to make it to IIT or not? I have heard that even board toppers, people who do really well in 10th, they are not able to get selected in IIT. So a lot of such questions and a lot of such learnings we have had in past. So we have taught students, made them successful in competitive exams. All that is going to be discussed, and I'm sure that you people will feel something, feel like taking away something from this discussion or webinar. There is an innovation also that we have done. I will also talk about PACE and its core philosophy and the innovations that we have done. And there is something unique which I'll be sharing with you, which you will not find anywhere else, and is a work of last 12 years of hard work of my team. So let's begin. So starting with the first thing is, so there is a question, is there an offline batch and online batch also? So all these questions, yes, obviously we offer both the courses now. Offline, obviously we have all brick and mortar centers across the country, especially in Maharashtra. We are like the ruling brand which produces the biggest chunk of IIT selections, and competitive exam aspirants join our junior science colleges which have the highest cutoff in whole Mumbai. So offline courses obviously are there, and at the same time, people who are far away from our centers, who cannot physically go to any of our centers, for them we offer online courses as well. So coming back to when a child, so nowadays the competitive exam preparation begins not actually that late. It has got little preponed now. And how is it? It was actually already always preponed. So a child who used to learn maths and science properly, develop that taste, if he happens to be in a good school and he comes across a good teacher and develops a taste, or he used to get access to good books, which happened in my case, being in a village. So the child's interest gets generated in these early years, right from 7th, 8th, the topics that you're learning, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the same topics you are going to learn in 11th, 12th in depth with more conceptual clarity. So a child who has been learning properly, has sustained his interest in junior classes, the same child will start doing well in 11th and 12th, will start enjoying the process of preparing for competitive exams, because already he has a base, already he knows a little bit of those concepts. And that's why this journey begins right from 7th onwards, when the child joins 7th. So our foundation builder programs, which are specifically aimed at ensuring 2-3 things. One is that the child who's in 7th or 8th or 9th or 10th, that child starts getting that conceptual clarity and developing the taste, developing the liking for the subject of maths and science. That's what we aim for in these, giving him conceptual clarity, making him do practicals in our laboratories and not just keeping things theoretical. And because we have our own junior science colleges also, so for us providing our foundation builder students with laboratories where our IIT teachers do interesting experiments and make them learn things practically. And we also are using a very innovative approach of gamified learning in the form of Step App in our foundation builder batches from this year onwards. So these are the things which and it's a very unique product. I've just said it in one line. We'll be showing you that product, Step App, and you will understand that just to add an additional component of learning, gamified learning, into the life of a child and involve parental participation and everything, to what extent our expertise, our team, and our whole system has gone to, you will realize with that. Now coming back to, so now for you people who are attending the webinar, for you people, any child who has been dreaming of becoming an engineer or a doctor needs to understand this basic thing, that whatever you are learning in your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th in maths and science, these same topics will be there in your 11th, 12th when you'll be preparing for competitive exams, and the same topics will be done in little more conceptual and deeper level. So understanding them from right at this stage is going to be a very big plus point for you, and that's why you should start early. That's one thing. Second thing is a little general, not related to PACE, and this is something that I want to convey to all of you. Based on my experiences, I have seen that एक कहावत होती है, society makes a man. When you choose your friends, when you go to school and you discuss things, discuss the subject, तो जो automatically a child who's studious, who's sincere about learning, he will be discussing things and having doubts. He will discuss it with the teacher. The other child who's hearing him gets curious, will approach him कि यार तूने क्या discuss किया, and this is how somehow they end up becoming friends, and these friends, they shape your future. So choose your friends carefully. I have seen that most of the people who have got selected in IIT in a bunch, they got ranks very similar to each other, and they were friends in 11th, 12th, discussing their doubts, studying together, collaborating, sharing, exchanging knowledge, information. So I strongly recommend that in your school days, the kind of friends you will choose, they will shape your future, they will shape your destiny, they will have a very big impact on your life. And my strong advice here is that be very, very cautious about choosing the kind of friends you relate to and you spend your time in your school days. Third, does my child have the potential? We conduct tests, entrance tests. We do conduct major tests, regular tests every month. But the answer to this question, when a child is studying in 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the perfect answer to this question is that no kind of testing. Because if your child was already prepared for IIT and then I conduct a test, even then, and he did well in it in 10th, even then there is no warranty that after 12th he'll get selected in IIT. Try to understand what I'm trying to say. In 10th, your child is fully prepared for IIT exam, done his full syllabus, and now you have to predict whether, and if he gives IIT exam on that day, when he is in 10th, and he will get selected that day, still there is no warranty that after 2 years when he finishes his 12th and give the same JEE exam, he will get selected in IIT. And what is the catch here? The catch here is he needs to stay sincere for next 2 years, and that's the biggest challenge in this age group. When a child passes grades 9th and 10th and goes to senior classes like 11th, 12th, there is a sudden confidence in the air. There is a sudden assertion in the air. The child wants to assert himself. He will start questioning parents. He will start talking to parents in a different tone. All those things will happen, and you will find it a little shocking, surprising as parents. But the fact is, in 11th, 12th, even if a board topper, 10th topper of All India ICSE board and on 10th topper of CBSE board, I have seen such people not getting selected multiple times in IIT when they pass 12th. And I have seen a child who just got 60-70% marks in 10th boards, which is like really bad and really low. I've seen such people getting selected in IIT because they consistently worked hard, stayed sincere for next 2 years. To this level, sincerity plays a role. To this level, the focus, the child's focus, not getting distracted, plays a role. So more than the genius part of it, I mean, you need a basic intelligence, that I agree, certainly admit, and I think majority of us have that. The moment someone takes interest in anything, you can see that that person makes inroads, goes ahead in that field. But more important than the brain part of it, more important than being a topper till your junior classes, the most important part is whether the child was sincere in his next 2 years. And another role comes of coaching classes or teachers who are teaching him and how conceptually clear they are making him. So if his approach of learning, if his guidance, mentoring is proper, and he stays sincere, the sincerity part is the most important part, then the child will surely get selected in IIT. And to all those parents and people who ask this question and are curious about their child's potential, if your child has decided in his mind that he wants to do something, and with that decision he stays firm for 2 years, he stays sincere about it, I can assure you, wherever your child is, up to 10th, still he will be able to make it to IIT. So this is what I've learned in 24 years. Now, coming to the next question, which board is better? CBSE board, CBSE people used to conduct the JEE mains, and people have this belief that CBSE is a better option. And in fact, even Maharashtra government, when they asked me, I mean the policymakers, around 10 years back, so my suggestion to them was that what you need to do is, like, SSC board is weaker up to 10th, but at least in 11th you should make it at par with CBSE. And fortunately, the policymakers ensured that the syllabus of 11th and 12th today in HSC is same as CBSE. So CBSE or HSC, these two are like the main confusions, choice factors between parents. They both are equally good, and the syllabus of both the boards is same, and you can verify this with any child of 11th and 12th who's studying in HSC or CBSE. I mean, you can go to internet, check the syllabus, you will get the topics, and the whole syllabus is same. And then even the textbooks are same, not only the syllabus. Syllabus though is same for almost all the boards, but even the content part of it is mapped to CBSE. So, and anyways, we understand that still parents carry this stereotype and this notion that CBSE is better. So PACE also opened its, our residential school is also a CBSE school. And recently we have tied up with a school in Andheri, Raigad Military School, which is a CBSE school. And because we realize that there are many government servants who are on transferable jobs and they need this CBSE option. So we are providing that option to you and the choice to you. But to be 100% honest to you, CBSE and HSC are equally good and they are the best options for your child. I will not recommend any other board. So for 11th, 12th, up to 10th, when the child is studying in 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, up to 10th, CBSE and ICSE is the best board. Second is CBSE. But in 11th and 12th, it is CBSE oblique HSC, and the choice has to be made by you. Okay. Now let me introduce a little about my team, PACE. These are 2-3 issues, things that I wanted to anyways impart you. So PACE was started 24 years back by a small team of IITians, and we very soon started delivering good results. One of our student, Parag Agarwal, who's CEO Twitter now, he won gold medal for India in International Physics Olympiad, and he was 76th ranker. Then there were 3 people in top 100. So slowly we started attracting the best brains, and word of mouth, the whole thing spread, and we became the best brand in Mumbai, and then it propagated to Maharashtra. Then it is now in the process of propagating, because today online teaching ensures that a child sitting in Jammu and Kashmir can also join our programs, and there are people sitting in remote areas who are learning online with our digital PACE programs. So coming back to the journey, what made PACE such a successful brand in a place like Mumbai, where there was no culture for competitive exam preparation, where you do not you have so many distractions for the child that you go down your building and you have an auto standing there, and the child has to just get into it, and in 5 minutes he can reach a mall. 1 minute, Rishabh, 1 second. Sorry. So so in a place like Mumbai, where there was no competitive exam preparation culture, and people used to just focus on board preparation, because the admissions to state engineering colleges used to be on the basis of 12th board percentage. We were able to, and our approach is also unique, in the sense that we do not believe in making a child slog for 14 hours a day. We do not want him to exhaust all the problems existing on a certain topic on this planet, because there is no end to it. I mean, you take a small concept like multiplication, you can understand, imagine, and you already know how many problems can be made on a simple topic like multiplication. So exhausting all the problems on a topic is not the solution, in my opinion, and I believe that it's the conceptual clarity which plays an important role, and I believe in the holistic development of the child's personality, and that's why we took this route of starting our own junior science colleges, ensuring that the child's time is not wasted and he ends up getting a synchronized learning, which is like he's not spending time on learning different things in a college and different things in a coaching class, and then getting confused about which exam he should prepare for, and which exam, in the sense school conducts its tests, and competitive exam preparation institute will conduct its unit tests or regular tests. So the children, they get puzzled, their energy gets divided, and we wanted to ensure that the child gets everything under one roof, and the child spends his time so constructively that he is groomed into a personality, whether he aspires for the top universities abroad, MIT and Stanford, and top universities every year. Hundreds of our students go to those Ivy League colleges, or it is doing well in competitive exams like IIT and NEET, or it is doing well in board exams, where most of the top performers in board exams are from our junior science colleges. This year, HSC Topper was also our student. Then whether it is like, and that is the reason, because we kept these fundamentals right, and we ensured that we provide everything best to the child under one roof, and we understand the child's needs because we follow a child-centric approach. We were able to attract the best of the brains, and that's why in our junior science colleges the cutoff is highest, despite the fact that the government conducts the admission process online and for HSC colleges. And our junior science colleges, if you Google for science stream, every year you will find PACE colleges are at the top for last 10 years. When we founded them in 2010, it's been rather 12 years now. Anyways, coming back to, so PACE was able to be successful and become a household name in Mumbai city, or the best brand in Maharashtra, only because child-centric approach, feedback-driven mechanism, and doing your work with full dedication and honesty. For me, a child's future, a parent's faith that he has placed in my system, these two things are the most important things. Everything else is secondary. And because I know as long as I keep valuing this and doing this, upward is the only way. And there is another factor which led to our success, and that factor is called innovation. So we used to always every year think of ways how we can better the life of a child and ensure that the child's output is better. I realized that systems across the country were doing things like making a child bunk school or junior science college. I said, no, I do not want to take an unethical or an illegal route to this, which can any day jeopardize the future of a child. किसी भी ईयर में अगर मान लीजिए पॉलिसी मेकर्स का मन हो गया और उन्होंने स्कूल का इंस्पेक्शन या कोचिंग क्लास का इंस्पेक्शन कर लिया कि भाई ये क्या फ्रॉड चल रहा है, तो आपने उन बच्चों का भविष्य खतरे में डाल दिया. I didn't want to take that risk, and I decided to start my own junior science colleges. I decided to so that trend, before that we had collaborated with the top colleges in Mumbai, and that became a trend. That kind of collaboration became a trend across the country, and this was like before 2009, that integrated programs. But then I realized that also was not fully effective, despite the fact that we were doing it with full transparency and clarity, that government used to do the admission process for colleges joining, and the child will join PACE independently, and when both are completed, then only the child will become a part of that program. So coming back to innovations, so 10 years back I started working on that. I wanted to bring the parental participation into the learning process at PACE. So बच्चे को वो फीस दे गए हैं पेरेंट्स, आपने पढ़ाना शुरू कर दिया है, and now the child has started studying. But every child who joins PACE is not getting selected in IIT, and you want to do justice to every child because everyone has paid you equal fees, and you want to ensure that even if a child is a not so great and not doing so well, and if that child can be raised by say 5%, or you can bring a fractional increment in his performance, still I will feel satisfied. So I wanted to ensure that there has to be a mechanism where a child wants to win a gold medal, a child wants to come first in class only because he wants to be a hero in his parents' eyes. I did IIT only because I wanted to prove to my dad that the dream that he has for me, I will fulfill that. That was the feeling for which I got into IIT. And I know for any child, like you ask any child, children are very, very emotional, and they are so emotionally bonded to their parents that if you ask, invariably you will find the answer कि मुझे अपने parents को proud feel कराना है, मुझे ये invariably 99% cases में 1% कोई बच्चा ऐसे बोलेगा आपको कि मुझे पैसा कमाना है या मेरा अपना कोई ड्रीम है या मेरा अपना कोई एजेंडा है, but most of it will. So all this this emotional bond between parents and children, I wanted to use it for enhancing the child's learning, the process of learning. And for that, we made an app called Step App, where a child learns maths and science concepts, visualizes them in a gamified format, and then in turn, when he finishes the topic, the whole analysis of that chapter is sent to the parents on the email and the phone, on the number the child will register. And so for him, the JEE result will be like almost every day when he is doing any topic, learning any topic, and his parents get like a result of pan-India pace, that in this topic, their child has this ranking, their child has done so well, these are his weak areas, these are his strong areas. When the parents will see that kind of output on the dashboard, whether it is macro analysis or it is micro analysis of their child's performance subtopic wise, that clarity, when the child knows that my father, my parents will have this access to this information, the child's focus, the attentiveness, the participation becomes higher. And it being a game, let's show you that product also, Step App, quickly. Rishabh, can we have Step App?
Yes, yes.
And have you played that video of pace before starting the webinar?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
We can. So parents, we have, this is like physics of 10th standard. Click on. These are the chapters. Human eye is a CBSE board chapter. Human eye is a chapter. We have broken the learning of this chapter, the concepts of this chapter, into small, small islands. The child will be learning and earning currency, the silver currency, silver coins that you see on the top. The silver currency is learning efficiency of the child. The gold coins that you see are like the knowledge efficiency, which you will earn based on the test, and the diamond knowledge wealth that you will be depositing in your virtual bank will be calculated using the gold coins and silver coins. Now let's come to the bottom. Structure of a human eye. Okay. How will we make our child's? This is an addition to what PACE has been doing for last 24 years. This is an innovation which we have introduced into our system this year itself.
Welcome, dear students. Now we will learn about structure of the human eye. Appearance. The human eyeball is approximately spherical in shape, with a diameter of about 2.3 centimeter.
Next.
Cornea. Light enters the eye through a thin membrane called the cornea. It forms the transparent bulge on the front surface of the eyeball. Refraction through the cornea. Most of the refraction of the light rays entering the eye occurs at the cornea's outer surface.
Rishabh, wait. Now, here there are 4 concepts that the child will learn. And these are like basic concepts. Every time a child is learning something, the same thing the child is made to visualize, because through text, it's very difficult to imagine, visualize, and text doesn't stay in mind easily. Images do. So this animation and visualization of that smallest possible quantum that we have here in the form of a slide makes a child visualize as well as learn the concept, and it is the smallest possible information that a child should be learning at one time. Every time he takes a call, he has to press the button. It ensures participation of the child. It's not like a video lecture going on, long video lecture. Click on the fourth concept.
Iris and pupil. Iris is a dark muscular diaphragm behind the cornea that controls the size of the pupil. The pupil regulates and controls the amount of light entering the eye.
Okay, so now after learning these four concepts, now you must be wondering why we have broken down them into such small concepts. You will understand the logic. Now there'll be one question on each concept asked to the student, and we will ensure whether he has understood all the four things that we wanted him to understand at this stage. Start. And the time you take to answer the question and the accuracy, number of mistakes that you make will decide your learning efficiency. Human eyeball's diameter is false. Light enters the eye through a thin membrane called the cornea. This is true, but let's give a wrong answer. Let's press false. Let's give a wrong answer. The moment you give a wrong answer, the solution will come. You will be having an option of going to relearn the concept. Click on relearn, and let's show this question
Cornea.
was based on concept.
Light enters the eye through
Play
a
again.
thin membrane
After
called
learning
the
this,
cornea.
if we play again, this time there will be four questions again, one on each concept, but the questions will not repeat. The diameter of a human eyeball is false. Cornea forms a transparent bulge on the front surface of the eyeball. True. Majority of the refraction occurs at the cornea. True. Iris controls the amount of light entering the eye. Pupil controls the size of the eye lens. Ulta hai yaar. False. Very tricky. Now, you can see out of 6 questions that I answered, 5 are correct. There is time efficiency. Everything is defined in the information button. You can see how it is being calculated. I answered the questions fast. 30 seconds for each question, 10 seconds to read the question, 20 seconds to answer. How much time do you save? That will define how fast you were answering the questions. So we are capturing everything. Your time of response to the question, number of mistakes that you have made, on which subtopic you have made a mistake, and all this is going to help the artificial intelligence in guiding your child's learning path. When you know exactly where a child is going wrong, making mistakes, taking more time, you will be able to help the child. And this ensures that, and it is not like a tough thing that we are providing to the child, but see the beauty of it now. So this mistake that you made is also archived here. You can see the question that you attempted. This was your incorrect answer. This is the correct solution. You have an option of relearning, retesting, retest it. Cornea forms a transparent cavity on the front surface of the eyeball. False. It's a bulge. Okay. You can see the folder turns green. Go to the report. The child is given multiple attempts. He can keep improvising his score. He can play it again, relearn and play it again. Every time he will be getting different questions, his concepts will become better and better. And here I am providing a child n number of attempts. There is no restriction till he learns, till he is satisfied that he has learned it properly and he is happy with the score that he has scored. Here we will take the best score from here. 91 is the best score till now for this child. Now go ahead, next concept, next level. This is how the child will keep learning. One small quantum of information is learned at a given island. We are able to pinpoint where the child has made a mistake, and all this information that we are capturing is going to be the feed for our whole plan for your child where we'll be able to guide his future journey by knowing and by being aware of his mistakes and weaknesses. Now, the moment, okay, go to the next island. So this is the process. Everywhere you will see that the
Dear
child will
students,
visualize, learn,
let's study
and this will keep the child on toes. Unlike like a video lecture, there is one more important thing which you will appreciate. It is adaptive. How it is adaptive? The children, if a child has done very well on the first island, Rishabh, please go to the first island. If the child has earned 91% efficiency, learning efficiency here, when he goes to the next island, he will be learning the same things, but the questions when they will be asked, this child will be asked one level tougher questions. If a child would have done badly, say something below 70%, we will be asking one level easier questions. And if the child would have been in that mediocre range, average range, he will be continuing at the same level. So there are 3 different levels. So this way it adapts. As the child progresses and depending on his performance, the program will keep adapting. The program will be aware completely about the strength and weaknesses of the child, but the child will not realize it. Child will not feel it. So the topmost child in the class will feel intellectually challenged. The weakest child will end up learning his concepts properly. And the parents and the policymakers will be fully aware where they have to work on. And when he reaches the end of it, second last island is revise, where revision may the child, whatever mistakes he made, those mistakes will be again corrected, and he will be asked questions based on them to ensure, doubly check that he has understood those concepts properly. And then he will reaches the treasure island, where he'll be earning rewards for himself. I want to make learning fun in a gamified format, and I want to make it rewarding also, exciting also. There should be rewards to the child, whether he wins a laptop in a week, every month, or he wins scholarships. We will be providing those rewards to the children based on their performance, to the top performing children. Now, and the moment he finishes this, the report generated for this chapter is automatically emailed and sent to the parents, and the system on our dashboard, on our monitor, we will be able to see every child. You can see these are under HRD ministry. These were all the Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, JNVs, across the country. You can see 98,283 students learned, joined, registered on STEP app. 52,783 are active today learning on this app. Go down. In which class, how many students are learning? In which grade? What is the performance of the students? Go down, Rishabh, grade 10th May. You can see majority of the students are in the 90 to 100 performance group. 4,763 students are there of class 10th. So you can see I will be having on my monitor access to the macro analysis. I can go to the micro analysis also. I can go to any child, view his details. Let's go and see. This is for the system, the PACE system. The child's name, he is a part of JNV LAP, somewhere in South, class 10th. Go down. In physics, chemistry, maths, his maths is weak. He has left a lot of topics in maths, chemistry, physics, bio. He has all finished. Let's see bio. Let's see his performance in bio. So wherever you will click, accordingly, because I am capturing the data at the minutest level, smallest possible quantum, I can generate any analysis out of it, and you will get his subtopic wise. So he has finished all these chapters of biology, and go to life process 1, go to introduction. You can see this child in that life processes chapter, all the islands, the subtopics that he had, all those subtopics, he has got A+ grades. And you can see this analysis, what was his average speed while answering those questions. Every data is with us. Now, how does it help us? For us to be sitting and being aware of every child's strength and weaknesses is very important, because only then you can do corrections, only then you can accordingly provide tailor-made solutions to that child. And this is our part of the story. A parent will receive his own child's details and a comparative analysis of his child compared to the whole batch. That will be on the parental dashboard, and that's the story of STEP app. And this innovation, this gamified app is like being used in PACE as a homework app. आप सोचिए, this is like pre-class work. So when a child comes to the batch, comes to the class, he has to learn these basics. And when he comes to the class, already the teacher knows which areas to focus more and how he should be designing his lecture. So using technology to the hilt, ensuring a transparent mechanism around the child, because there are children sometimes who are not even learning basics properly. Here, the conceptual clarity, the gamified format ensures that the children are enjoying it and they are being rewarded based on their performance, adds to the motivation, adds to the transparency, because parents are getting informed on a daily basis what the child is learning. So this innovation, this is the latest innovation that we have introduced in our system. I think it's been a big monologue till now. I will request Preeti ma'am to summarize things, and then let's start taking questions from the parents and students. Preeti ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. Team, I'm unable to switch on my video. So maybe meanwhile, you can just check. I'm unable to switch it on. It's not allowing me to do. Thank you, Tyagi sir. It was very enriching again to see and understand how STEP app, in fact, is helping students across the nation. The way it has gone into Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. And I think if it can go to that extent, then definitely every single child who's today attending can benefit from this by ensuring they are strengthening their concepts in the right way. This seminar, this webinar today is talking about how you can excel in competitive exams in JEE and NEET. And these exams are primarily focusing on concept knowledge. Yes, thank you. These exams are primarily focusing on concept knowledge. So it's very, very important that what you do from an early stage, as sir very clearly said, that what you're doing in your math and science from an early school life is continued in 11th and 12th, is tested in your competitive exams. Therefore, it becomes more meaningful that whatever we do, we learn it to the core and we learn it fundamentally right, where our knowledge is then tested in any possible form. Before we go ahead, I would just like to mention a few important batch commencing dates. The next batch for JEE and NEET is starting on 25th of July across all our centers. Students and parents interested are requested to log on to our website iitinspace.com and reach out to the nearest center. The contact details, the address details are mentioned on our website. Our academic counselors will be more than happy to assist you with your queries and handhold you for the upcoming batch, which is 25th of July. We would be happy to take your questions. If you have any, kindly write them in the chat box and we will take up your questions one by one.
Ma'am, there is one question from Leena Cheda. When will be scholarship exams be conducted for next year? My son is in 10th ICSE.
Good afternoon, Leena ma'am. For this academic session, the scholarship exams are over. At this point, we are taking admission on the current performance of the student.
Ma'am, they are asking about the next session.
Okay, next session, sorry. For next session, we are going to announce the dates. They're going to start from August onwards. And the scholarship dates, scholarship details will be soon announced on our website.
Can you give a tentative date?
Yes, sir, I can.
Every year we start around 7th August,
Sep-
right?
The first Sunday of September, sir. So on Teachers' Day, usually we start.
Okay.
So that looks like 4th of September for now.
Okay.
Next question is from Akshada. How many hours should one study on a daily basis?
Okay, nice question. I forgot to answer this. So when you are getting the concepts right and you are enjoying the process of learning, you will lose the count of number of hours, but based on our observation, it's like self-study hours, at least 3 to 4 hours of self-studies are needed every day, besides your college or school hours. So it's almost like 6 hours in school. I'm not counting them as like fully focused and hardcore learning hours. Besides school hours or college hours, you will have 3 to 4 hours of self-study every day, approximately. That's like for a top performer. Very good student, very sincere student. That's the output. Obviously on your holidays when you have the whole day free, you should study at least 6 to 7 hours. So healthy number of hours. There is no like need of feeling any kind of pressure. If you are learning your concepts properly and you are staying sincere, regular with your studies, you will not be ever hard pressed for time, or you will not ever be jittery that you have less time. I think we have finished our thing. It's been 1 hour. Parents had committed only from 3 to 4. So I think if there are any other interesting questions, please share. Otherwise, we can wrap up the webinar.
There is last question from Makarand Kale. Does it help in putting kids for IIT preparation at quota? Is success rate better?
I will leave that to your own judgment. I think criticizing others is not my cup of tea. I have told you, shared the innovations that we are doing and the work that we are doing and the results we have produced. So I will not get into any negative comparisons with others. So sorry, I leave it to your own judgment. Thank you. Okay, Sandeep, Preeti
Yeah, sir. There are
ma'am,
no further questions now, sir. Bas,
I think you people can handle the questions if there are any.
yeah,
And
sure, sir.
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Sparing your time, valuable inputs. Thank you.
Team, please let us know if there are more questions.
I don't think, ma'am. And if there are any questions, I think our counselors will handle them.
And there is one question from Vignesh Sawant. Mr. Vignesh Sawant. My son is in 10th and attending classes for 10th grade. How he can attend PACE IIT to prepare for IIT?
So definitely, sir, as we spoke about the importance of concept learning, and we have a foundation builder course for students from 7th to 10th grade. So at this point, while your child is pursuing 10th grade, he is eligible for a foundation builder 10th standard course. We request you to kindly visit one of our centers. The course has just got started this Saturday, which is yesterday. So the student can take it. It's a weekend course, Saturday, Sunday. The lectures are held on 2 days, and there is an additional day for focused competitive exam, which is through online on the weekday. So it's a hybrid model. Maybe we can understand where you're located and what would be best for your child and accordingly suggest you. But the classes, as I mentioned, are on the weekends, and it's on a hybrid model. So I don't see any more questions, Ayush sir.
Ma'am,
Thank-
there is one more question from Mr. Bhavish Tikku. He's saying his kid has recently shifted from Delhi to Mumbai, but in his school teaching process is very poor. So what do you suggest?
I could not get what exactly sir wants to ask.
He's not satisfied with the teaching process at school.
Okay, I cannot comment on the teaching process of any school, but definitely what I understand is at PACE, we give a lot of importance that children should be having a very meaningful engagement, and we ensure that it is a fun learning experience where we emphasize on concept learning, and that is why our children really excellently do well in math and science. If you think there is something which he is missing there, definitely, again, I suggest he can take up the foundation builder programs. Our forte is math and science, and we have young IITians who take care of these subjects: maths, physics, chemistry, biology, the entire math and science. So maybe that can add more value and make subjects more interesting for your ward, sir. So we need to understand what is the thing that he's finding amiss. Maybe he needs more engagement. Maybe he has more capacity to do, or we need to maybe understand that factor with him.
And students, if you still have questions, and some of us in class also, I realized बच्चे सवाल नहीं पूछ पाते पूरी क्लास के साथ. So please, if you can flash the numbers, कि अगर किसी बच्चे को, if any student and a parent wants to directly connect with our academic counselors in person, please flash our number. We'll flash our numbers.
Ayush sir, can you please just in the chat box 022 61 77 977. This is our central landline. Parents can call on this number for any further query. 022 6177 977. If you can also mention the website in the chat box, iitianspace.com, www.iitianspace.com. All our center details and contact numbers are there on the website. Feel free to visit any center of ours.
So good. Thank you, students and parents, and welcome to the PACE family. And बस अब next time classes के लिए मिलेंगे. अब ये देखते हैं कि आगे physics, chemistry, maths, biology को कैसे handle करें. So next time we'll see you in classes. Have a safe weekend, and थोड़ी सी पढ़ाई भी कर लेना. आज कल मंडे होगा, मंडे टेस्ट होगा, उसकी तैयारी करके जाना. स्कूल अच्छा लगने लगेगा. थोड़े टेस्ट में मार्क्स अच्छे आते हैं ना, स्कूल अच्छा लगने लगता है. समझो बात को. All the best and enjoy your evening. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, parents, for giving us your time on a Sunday afternoon. All of you all have a happy Sunday. And thank you, team, for conducting this webinar today. Thanks, everyone.